Let's talk about a week. Not just any week, but a single week in April 2026. This, right here, was the tipping point. It was the exact moment the entire world was forced to see the two faces of artificial intelligence, its incredible, world-changing promise, and its absolutely terrifying power. Consider this your emergency briefing.
We're taking our lead from Inspector Tekin on this one, because honestly, the situation demands it. What happened this week didn't just change the game, it threw out the entire rulebook for technology, for security, for reality itself. So, let's cut to the chase and get straight to the facts.
So here's how it all went down. It all kicks off with this unbelievable leap in gaming tech. Then, boom, just a day later, a catastrophic global cyber attack, and it wraps up with a tech giant being backed into a corner. Now, these might seem like totally separate events, but they're all tangled together by a single, powerful thread: AI. Okay, first, let's look at the bright side, the promise. This is the part of AI that feels like we're living in the future, like pure magic. And it all starts with this brand new idea called native neural rendering. And trust me, it's completely rewriting what our computers can do. This is the secret sauce behind NVIDIA's new DLSS 5. Now get this, it's not just making the picture sharper. The AI is literally imagining and creating new details out of thin air. It looks at the basic shapes in a scene and then generates the perfect textures on the fly. So good, they look even better than what a team of human artists could have made beforehand. So look at how this changes everything. On the left, that's the old way. Your graphics card is chugging along, trying to load these huge, heavy texture files, and your VRAM becomes this massive bottleneck. But on the right, with the new way, the AI just makes the textures as it needs them. Poof! The VRAM bottleneck is basically gone. It's a total game changer.
And the performance? It's staggering. I mean, look at that input lag reduction. A negative 85%. We are talking about response times under 2 milliseconds. That's not just an upgrade, it's a genuine revolution. It means you can get that buttery smooth, high-end gaming experience on cards that are way more affordable.
And it's not just NVIDIA playing this game. Intel's making a huge pivot too. With their new Wildcat Lake processors, they're stepping out of that old race for just raw, brute force power. Instead, they're using this really clever 3D stacking tech to build chips that run cool, quiet, and are super efficient at all the AI stuff we're going to need. And if you want to know where a company's heart is, you just follow the money. Look at their R&D budget. Almost half of it is going into energy efficiency. Another huge slice is for the AI brain on the chip, the NPU. This tells the whole story. It's not about being the fastest anymore, it's about being the smartest. All right, take a deep breath, because now we have to talk about the other side of the coin. That same incredible intelligence that can build beautiful imaginary worlds, well, it can also be sharpened into the perfect weapon. This is the peril. You see, the FortiGate breach, this thing that sent shockwaves across the globe, it wasn't just some simple bug. No, the attackers use a custom-trained AI, a large language model, to analyze the firewall's defenses in real time. The AI found a flaw and then wrote its own exploit in seconds. It was a digital master key created on the spot. The result was immediate, and it was absolutely devastating. Within just a few hours, 648 critical data centers in 55 countries were hit. Security experts had never, ever seen an attack spread that fast. The price tag? The initial estimate to just get things back online was nearly $13 billion. And that doesn't even begin to cover the cost of the stolen data or the complete shattering of trust in our digital infrastructure. That damage? That's incalculable. And the threat isn't stopping, it's evolving. The group suspected of the attack, Muddy Water, is already unleashing its next-gen weapon. It's a polymorphic malware, basically an AI virus that rewrites its own code every single time it attacks, making it almost impossible to track or defend against. And it's aimed right at power grids. But here's the part that's truly chilling. Some confidential sources are suggesting that the attack on the power grids, it might just be a smokescreen, a distraction. The real goal, they fear, is to secretly plant a hidden kill switch deep inside the core routers that run the entire global internet. So, you might be thinking, how does this high-stakes battle between hackers and governments actually affect me? Well, this is the fallout. This is where those shockwaves ripple all the way down to our wallets and to the phones we hold in our hands. For years, Apple has been the master of software optimization.
They've made their phones feel incredibly fast without needing a ton of RAM. But that era is over. By 2026, the AI that they're building into their own devices is so demanding that their software magic just isn't enough anymore. They've been forced into a corner, needing a huge hardware upgrade that, for the first time, they can't make themselves.
I mean, just look at that jump in RAM, from 8 gigs to 12. That is a 50% leap in just 1 year, all to power their on-device AI. And guess who makes the special kind of RAM they need? Their biggest rival, Samsung. Apple is now totally dependent on them, and you better believe Samsung is making them pay a pretty penny for it.
And that cost gets passed directly to, you guessed it, you. That new dependency on a rival, all driven by the hunger of AI, translates to about a $100 price hike for the new iPhone. That's the real price of progress right there on the sticker. So, what do we do with all this? We've got incredible creation on one hand and catastrophic destruction on the other. And it's all coming from the exact same technology. It's time to lay out the final verdict. We're stuck with this duality. The same fundamental breakthrough that lets an AI generate a beautiful world in a game is what lets another AI find a devastating flaw in a firewall. The promise of having a super smart AI on your phone creates a fragile supply chain that makes that phone more expensive. You simply cannot have one without the other. Okay, this all leads to the most urgent question of all, especially for anyone out there managing a network. What can I do about this FortiGate mess right now? The good news is you can do something, but you absolutely must act immediately.
Here are the 3 critical steps. 1. Install the emergency patch. That's firmware version 7.8.2. Get it now. 2, and this is going to sound ironic, you have to disable the AI deep inspection feature. The very tool designed to protect the system is the loophole the attacking AI used to get in. And 3, wait for the final permanent patch from Fortinet, which will go even deeper to the neural processing unit itself.
So here's the bottom line. The year 2026 is the dawn of what we're calling mandatory intelligence. AI isn't a cool feature anymore, it's the foundation of everything. And the same neural logic that NVIDIA uses to create a single perfect frame in a game can be turned around and weaponized to find the single perfect flaw to cripple a country's infrastructure. They are 2 sides of the exact same coin. And that brings us to the inspector's last word of warning. It's easy to get mesmerized by the technology, by this world of neural pixels being generated right in front of us. But the real signals, the threats, the costs, the very human impact, that's what we really need to be watching. So keep your eyes on the screen, sure, but keep your focus on what truly matters. Stay safe and stay vigilant.